Cheers. Welcome to Blastbeat ATX, aka Blastbeat Industries. I'm Brian. I'm 99% sure I've worn this decapitated shirt before, but I may not have. I don't remember, and this thing's been going for a few months, so it's just basically the shirts thing is I want to show off. I've got a big collection of these shirts. I like showing them off, but it's another excuse to talk about music because I sell a few records, a few CDs on my eBay store, Blastbeat Industries on eBay, the official only e-store of Blastbeat ATX. That's the platform I like, but like. I used to be a music journalist. It's a big part of my life. And this is just another excuse to talk about this. I bought this shirt in particular, excuse me, at what was 2011, either 2011 or 2012. This was a cool tour. A little weird was I tell you the lineup, but it was Meshuggah, Baroness, and Decapitated. Three really solid bands, but Baroness was a little out of place at that one because it's Decapitated are just straight up Polish death metal, just beating you down with riffs over and over nonstop. They one of the drummers and he just doesn't stop moving the whole time, And Meshuggah's like super technical, polyrhythm, crazy timing, loud, very loud band. And Baroness is kind of like a doom metal version of Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd or something. It has a very 70s metal feel to it, and progressive rock and Genesis and all that. And very good band, but they were way out of place on that tour. And my brother saw the same tour in Washington, D.C. and said the exact same thing of like, they were cool, but all the like true and cult metalheads that were there really weren't digging it. And yeah, that's exactly what happened in Austin. Anyway, not really don't if we have a theme today, I guess it's literacy and thank you the customers of Blastbeat ATX, aka Blastbeat Industries. You know why? Because today's President's Day. I still had to work, most of us did, unless you work for the government. They had it off. Post office was closed. I didn't get to send out my weekend stuff, and once I realized that the post office was going to be closed on Monday, I'm going to pack that crap up Monday night, not do it over the weekend. A little bit of laziness on my part. But that's the sales from this weekend. This is not my full-time thing. This is an amazing stack. So thank y'all very much. It's the good news is that's getting closer to typical. And then that was just a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I guess it mostly Saturday, Sunday, So let's keep it up. I'm going to have more stuff on there. I guess that brings us to the point now that I don't really talk about my personal life on here. It's about the store and about the hobby and the community and collectibles industry and all that good stuff. But for various reasons, I'm working 7 days a week this year, and I really wanted to post every day, but at least now in the immediate future, that's probably the only way that's going to happen is what I was doing a couple months ago, where I tape a bunch of them in a row and just kind of, you shuffle them out on a daily basis, which is probably what I'm going to do. But the next little bit, it's going to be a couple times a week, but I maintain that store every day. And I think I said this in the other video of this whole thing is not my Hollywood jumping point into a showbiz career. Whatever, I don't care about that. This is the way I promote and advertise and market and all that good stuff, build my brand as the buzzword is, but I'm promoting the store, promoting, what I have to offer the public. And so if you don't see me on here every day, you'll definitely see me on the other website every day. And, and you ask the previous customers, anyone who's had a question, an email, hit me up on this or that. I respond right away. I'm around, even if you don't see me on this video every day. So that said, what have I been doing at night? I've been reading. That's about all I got the energy for. I should have burned through these already. I'm in the third trade paperback of Stormwatch. Now, this isn't like all the way back to the original Image days. This is when, if you see right here, Warren Ellis and Tom Rainey were the creative team right there. And Tom Rainey's a good, artist. I like him a lot, but Warren Ellis is like a Hall of Famer. That dude rules. And it's the first two trade paperbacks were kind of wonky, and he's what he's doing. Not he's doing now. This was all from I think his run was like 98 to 2001. This was a while back. I'm just rereading them because they're fun. But he took a image book that no one was reading, Stormwatch, and started bringing a lot of his own characters and putting himself into it, and then made the jump to Wildstorm and blah, blah, blah. The rest is history. And now it's really starting to make the transition here in this third one. There's still some goofball stuff coming on, and apparently Stormwatch works for the United Nations. That's the gist of the whole series. And he puts a lot of weird dialogue in there. I can't tell if he's for or against it. Is he, Barack Obama, or is he Alex Jones? I don't know. It's up to you. And I'm rereading these and I can't tell. So got that. Finished this one. Live from New York at Saturday night. The oral history of Saturday Night Live. This is another one. I've had this book for years. I don't know if you can really tell, but it has been around the block and has survived multiple moves. But one of my favorite shows up until a few years ago. It's not even the Trump crap that bothers me about the show. They have so many just shitty cast members. I'm sorry. I know everyone in America loves Kate McKinnon. She is such a waste of life. I don't think she's funny. I don't think Adie Bryant's funny. I definitely don't think Michael Che and Colin Jost are funny. The only ones I like the Benedict guy, the one who was in those phone commercials way back when. He's funny. Kyle Mooney's funny. Pete Davidson's funny. Man, I can't remember it. I can see her face. I can't remember her name. The lady that used to do Weekend Update before Michael Che and Colin Jost, she's funny. There's 4 or 5 funny ones, but the ones who are the stars now are just beyond useless. Anyway, this talks about the glory days. Rereading, every time you reread it, you bring your own life experiences and the way you view the world. And then let me just open to a page here and see how it's done. They just take the direct quotes from the different people and kind of put them in order by chapters of what they're talking about. And it's broken. I pull up the table of contents. It's broken up by the different eras of the show. You got the original cast in the 70s, that dog shit that was the 80s, except for Eddie Murphy, the Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman years. My personal favorite, the Bad Boys. That's when I was a kid. I love, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, Rob Schneider, and all those guys. It's in the Y2K cast with Will Ferrell and Tina Fey and Tracy Morgan in them. Really good read. But my new takeaways, besides the obvious that we've known all these years, is how Al Franken got kicked out of the Senate, right? For being a little grabby with, different women and stuff. That guy was always a douchebag, just always, from way back when. And I never noticed it in previous reads, but I noticed it this time that, I don't think any of the other writers, and definitely none of the actors, respected him. He was a spoiled brat from Harvard, and they just kind of tolerated him. He's a loser. And Dean Garofalo's a crybaby. So is Chris Elliott, which is ironic because I thought Chris Elliott was really funny on the Letterman show. He was a total crybaby on Saturday Night Live. And one last thing about this book. This book barely mentions Jay Moore. If you've ever read his books, was it Drowning for Airtime or Crawling for Air? Something about he needs more airtime. And that's one guy's opinion. You know what I mean? So I moved on from that one, and I'm reading this one, Rebels on the Backlot. If you've ever heard of this book, Sharon Waxman writes for Washington Post, some paper on the East Coast. Pretty sure it's the Washington Post. Does it say? Yep, entertainment industry reporter for the Washington Post. So that's her day job. She wrote this book about 6 directors. You can see them here. Quentin Tarantino. I got to go to the end. So, yeah. Oh, right here. Yeah, pause that, read that. So, Quentin Tarantino, Steven Soderbergh, David Fincher, Paul Thomas Anderson, David O. Russell, and Spike Jonze. Those are the kind of movies I like. I don't dig the big special effects stuff. I don't like the woke stuff. I don't like the creepy horror movies. I don't like boring dramas. I like Fight Club. I like Pulp Fiction. I like Being John Malkovich. I like Three Kings. I love those kind of not outsider. They were all made by like Sony and Miramax and stuff, but just weirdo, right? Whatever you call it, outside the box thing. I love. So this is like very similar to the Saturday Night Live book, oral history of these directors. But the thing you need to take away here is Sharon Waxman kind of spills the beans on who really did what on the Pulp Fiction script. Best case scenario, Quentin Tarantino wrote half of that. He definitely had a lot of help. Roger Avery, the whole gold watch thing with Bruce Willis as the boxer and he's got to go get the watch back. That was Roger Avery's storyline. And all the stuff about heroin, I'm not going to sit here and look up the name for you, but there was another guy that worked at the video store with them that he came up with the heroin storyline. And Tarantino don't like sharing credit at any point in time ever. He's the gifted genius and all that stuff. So he did not dig this book. He has nothing nice to say about Sharon Waxman. Keep that in mind when you read it. And man, that's what's been going on around here. I'm gonna get back to some of our regular features and everything. I guess my last thing, parting shot before I take off here is you're probably no one's worried about it. If anyone's wondering about my hair here, I'm not going full speed Austin homeless on you. I'm just trying to get a little more length before I go get it redone and recolored and all that. I'm going to try a new look. I don't want to spoil the surprise, when I'm doing this on video as opposed to audio or anything. I want to give you that shock when I get back from the salon. And yes, I do have a stylist. I've been with her for 10 years now. And I don't know. I'm the kind of person every couple of years I want to change it up. I'm not one of those guys that want to part it on the side and keep it that way for the next 30 years. It's not what I do. I've gone from like short like a Marine to long like a metal band. I don't know, 5, 7 times in my life. It's up, down, up, down, up, down, and we're in another one of those periods. And again, no one's wondered about that, but I just threw it out there anyway. Hope y'all have a good day. Tune back later this week. Like I said before, at least twice, 3 times a week. If I can't keep the daily schedule, it's going to be probably an every other day kind of schedule. I love having y'all here. I've got all the analytics and everything, and plus I talk to a lot of the people, one-on-one, offline, off screen, whatever. Y'all are doing great. I like to think I'm doing great. Let's all keep doing great together. Blastbeat ATX, aka Blastbeat Industries. Y'all have a good day.